morning and namaskara. Welcome to the Early Bird Show. I'm Rohini Swami and we come live to you from Bengaluru. The Tamil Nadu state is all ready for its new Director General of Police. And there's a new twist in the actor Bhavana molestation case. All this and more, but first, Tamil Nadu is all set to select its new Director General of Police. The Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu, Girija Vaidenathan, has set up a meeting in Delhi to make this very selection. Now presently, there are 5 IPS officers in the running for the rank of DGP in the state. Archana Ramasundram of the 1980 batch and now on central deputation, and 1984 batch officers K. Radhakrishnan, KP Mahendran, S. George and the current DGP of Law and Order, TK Rajendran. While Rajendran is set to retire on June 30th, Radhakrishnan will retire on July 31st, George on September and Archana Ramasundram on October 31st. We're not joined by my colleague Priyamvada on the phone line. Priyamvada, can I ask you, this is an important, especially when it comes to the appointment of the DGP of the state, and when it comes to Tamil Nadu, everything is important. Law and order especially something that needs to be kept on, very closely watched upon. So tell me, who are these runner-up, these people who are in the running now? Which of them do you think is likely to be the DGP of Tamil Nadu?
Well, there are a lot of confusions as to who will be elected or selected as the DGP, because within the government there are different factions operating and they have their own different favorites. But at the same time, the central government decision cannot also be overruled. So right now, the contenders are the extension of the present DGP TK Rajendran's tenure, who seems to be in good sync with the present government, government run by the political party. Number 2 is also the ex-Chennai Police Commissioner, Mr. George, who is also in the good books of the present political family which is running the government. And third is Archana Ramasundram. She's a very eminent woman, police official, who was transferred and who had a lot of issues when Jayalalitha was alive with the political vendetta, and then she had to go to the central government and she had to go to the Supreme Court to get her posting. But she's also technically a contender for this post, and probably the central government might even choose her. And then number 4 is Mr. Radhakrishnan, and who has also been lying low for quite some time and waiting for his tenure. And there is a possibility he is also there. And Mahendran is another of officials who has been worked for the CBCID before, and he is also an eminent official, and there are chances that he might also get. But with the recent Gutka scam expose, there is possibility that few of the officers mentioned in the scam could be kicked away by the central government.
Right. Well, all eyes will be in Tamil Nadu, especially when it comes to this particular selection. And Priyamvada and her team will be closely not only watching it, but giving us updates on India Today. Now, there's been a fresh twist in the actor Bhavana molestation case, and Malayalam actor and superstar Dilip had undergone an 8-hour questioning at the Kochi police station. Now this, as Malayalam director Nadir Shah alleged that he received a call from an aide of Pulsar Suni, the prime accused, linking superstar Dilip to the case. Dilip was questioned for over 8 hours and he made some shocking revelations. Dilip has alleged that he was blackmailed and threatened by the main accused Pulsar Suni. The police had on Sunday arrested 2 people and who alleged to have threatened actor Dilip and his manager to pay rupees 1.50 crores. It is also alleged that Pulsar Suni had written a letter from inside the jail seeking monetary benefits from actor Dilip.
ഒരു കാര്യം തുറന്നു പറയാം, ചിലരുടെ മാധ്യമ വിചാരകൾക്ക് ഇരിക്കാൻ എനിക്ക് നേരമില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് വേറൊന്നും വിചാരിക്കരുത്. എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത് ഞാൻ പോലീസിനോടും കോടതിയോടൊക്കെ ഞാൻ നേരിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞോളാം. കാരണം എന്നെ പ്രതിയാക്കണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് കുറേ ആൾക്കാർ ചുറ്റിനെങ്കിൽ ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് കൂടുതൽ ഞാൻ സംസാരിക്കാനുള്ള, ഞാൻ കൊടുത്ത പരാതിക്ക് അനുസരിച്ചുള്ള മൊഴി കൊടുക്കാനാണ് ഞാനിപ്പോൾ പോകുന്നത്. ദയവേത് വളച്ചൊടിച്ചൊന്നും പറയരുത്.
Well, the Bhavana molestation case has been a very important case, especially when it comes to Kerala, because not only have we seen that there have been lots of twists and turns, but the involvement of actors like actor Dilip, and also the allegations made by Pulsar Suni, which was also revealed in an audio tape which is yet to be verified, talking about how he had been saving or safeguarding somebody till now, but he could not do so anymore. But the Cochin police especially, and also the Kerala police now, a detailed investigation continuing, especially when it comes to the Bhavana molestation case. But the police are also hoping that they will be able to find some more crucial evidence to pin down on what exactly happened and who are the people behind it. Now moving on to the next story, a huge ruckus has broken out in Tamil Nadu's town of Parni, where cow vigilantes stopped a vehicle that was transporting cows, but the police, who were trying to bring the situation under control, had to resort to lathi charge. Now sources say that the clashes broke out after the workers of the fringe outfit Vidulai Chirudagal Kachi contended that the cattle was being transported for rearing, while another political party, Hindu Makkal Kachi members, alleged that the cows were being transported to slaughterhouses without permit. Now, worsening the situation, workers of the fringe group blocked traffic and resorted to pelting stones at vehicles and buses. Later, the police resorted to lathi charge to disperse the clashing groups. Police said that cases had been registered against unknown persons for indulgence in violence and damaging buses. Well, if you see the way things happen, especially the video that is playing on your screens right now, clearly here both the fringe outfit groups, the Vidutalai Chirudagal Kachi as well as the Hindu Makkal Kachi members, there you can see them stopping the vehicles and creating a ruckus. And the whole allegation that they were making was that these cows were actually being sent to the slaughterhouse, unlike what the people who were transporting them were saying, that these are for rearing. Now, we have seen several kinds such of incidents that are taking place, not just in the south of India but across the country. But it is also the law and order of the state, the police, the enforcers, the law enforcers also, who are keeping a close watch on such cow vigilantes and trying to take as much as possible in terms of action against those who are taking law in their hands. But this particular situation that we have seen in Parni clearly shows that the fringe outfits are not backing down, but the lathi charge as well as the arrests that have taken place in Parni clearly shows that now the police have decided that they are going to crack down on those people who are going to go against the law. Now I'm joined by my colleague Pramod Madhav, live from Chennai. Good morning, Pramod. What is the situation right now in Parni? We've seen how the police have had to resort to a lathi charge. Are there more crackdowns across the city so that such kind of cow vigilantes do not take law in their hands?
Well, good morning, Rohini. This is the first kind of situation that is occurring in the state of Tamil Nadu, and the police have to resort to the lathi charge because the situation went out of control. But what occurred is that this particular road between Dindukal and Palani is a place that is always used by farmers to move or transport cattle, and specifically these cattle are used for agriculture, cultivation or dairy products, like dairy industry only. What occurred is that a farmer has been moving 8 calves in a small van. That is when this pro-Hindu group had stopped the van and have asked them what is this, where is the permit and everything. They actually thought that this was a Muslim person and he was trying to move these calves for slaughter. But when the person turned out to be a Hindu and he had proof stating that this is for only cultivation, but he's trying to rear it for cultivation purpose and other things, they did not listen to him and they took these animals to the police station. That is when Vidulai Chirudagal and SDPI entered. They also went and argued in the police station, claiming that why are they trying to harass farmers when already they are in a distress situation in the state, and they also did not agree with it. When the police tried to negotiate a kind of calmness between them, both the groups went to the road and they started protesting. We've come to know that a certain element tried to throw stones and some of them even hit the policemen, and 3 persons were gravely injured. That is when the police decided to go for lathi charge, and they completely cleared the space with the total ruckus was stopped. but still the situation is like very much tensed in Palani, and police presence is like increased in the place to see to that like nothing more happens in the near future, Rohini.
But Pramod, the point is that we have seen how several times there have been several examples across the country where cow vigilantes of fringe outfits have taken law in their hands and resorted to violence. The police have to come to control the situation, but the point is that nobody can take law in their hands and can cause violence for any issue for that. Thank you so much, Pramod, and do keep a close watch on the developments in Tamil Nadu. Now moving on next, after shuttler Kidambi Srikanth won the Australian Open Series, Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu has now announced a cash reward of 50 lakh and a 1,000 square yard house for the site for the player. Now hailing Srikanth Naidu, he said that he is an inspiration to win international medals and presented rupees 15 lakh to Srikanth's coach Pulela Gopichand. Participating as a chief guest, Naidu played badminton on the days with Srikanth towards the end of the program. Minister of Sports Kullu Ravindra and other Andhra Pradesh ministers Devineni Uma Maheshwara Rao and Pratipati Pula Rao and others were also present on the occasion. My colleague Devina Gupta will now give you a complete detailed look into what will get expensive and what will be cheaper when the GST will be rolled out on July 1st.
Well, hi there. I'm listening to music, but will GST bring music to your ears after it's rolled out for all the electronic products you want to buy? Let's take you through it. With me is Priyajit here. Hi, Priyajit. Hi. He's an indirect tax partner with KPMG India, and you're busy looking at a laptop. Now, tell me frankly, are you thinking of buying one?
Yes, I'm thinking of buying one, and what I figured out is good news that the prices are not changing. In fact, it is from 17 to it is becoming 18, which is very marginal, nothing much to talk about.
An okay news for many. But what about phones? Now, these are all fancy phones. I don't think so I can afford any one of them in my salary. But if you want to buy a phone, where do you see the change? I mean, do we pay more for it?
So good news for the phone users, because government has realized the importance of mobile penetration and they put it at 12% rate, and currently it almost gets about 15 to 16% rate. So mobile phones are going to be cheaper.
We also have some customers out here. Let's see what they say. You're here to buy a television. So good time before GST. Are you deciding the purchase before the GST?
Yeah, correct. Because I think after GST, the prices are going to get soared up. As it is proposed that 28% will be levied on the luxurious items.
So what about washing machine, Priyajit? You need washing machines to literally wash your dirty laundry busy lives. And will washing machine will be getting more expensive or cheaper?
This gets into a basket of electronic goods, which is like more like one-time purchase. And this is where the government has put it at 28, just like TV.
Hot summer, you need a cool glass of water, a double-door fridge, and a frost-free fridge. Full takes all that the category, Priyajit. What about the fridge now? Pay more or pay less after GST?
Pay more, just like any other two products that we discussed.
All right, so if I want to buy a phone and want to pay it, say, from my credit card, Priyajit, now that means that I'm paying more for each banking transaction.
Yes, so you would be paying more, and the banks have already started sending SMS to get you prepared to pay more in the GST.
So keeping up with our GST, decoding it for you. Now we're here at a car showroom. Let's see if this flashy drive will be expensive for you come GST or not. Will you have to pay more for this amazing car? It looks like a mid-segment car. Right now I have my tax expert with me. Aditya Agarwal is joining us. Aditya, the car matches your shirt. So should we take it home? Will it be more expensive right now before GST, or will it be more expensive after GST?
So it will be less expensive post GST because of the rate structure that has been released by the GST Council.
But this is the mid-segment car. Now let's take a look at the SUV, because the cess has gone up on the SUV card in the GST. So in spite of the cess, is there a good news for SUVs?
For the same, there's a good news. So even if you're buying a SUV, it gets cheaper.
But in India, we also use bikes a lot. So two-wheelers, let's talk about two-wheelers. What happens to two-wheelers?
So two-wheelers will, so it's a bad news for the two-wheelers. The prices will go up post GST. So it's a little bad news for bike riders.
So bike, scooters, prices going up, but for cars is the good news. I'm all set for a ride. Thanks for joining in.
Well, all fingers are now crossed, especially when it comes to the GST rollout, which will take place on July 1st. Now, Bengaluru got a class or two when it came to tree conservation. Two young schoolboys decided that they're going to be helping a tree that was felled by calling in a tree doctor. Now, 7-year-old Parth and 9-year-old Arjun Chaudhary bogged their parents with questions when the residents of their apartment decided to chop a tree whose roots were damaging the sewage line. They asked where will the birds, squirrels and insects go if their home is hacked. Moved by the incessant questions, the society took help from an urban conservationist which could help save the tree as well as the sewage pipe. Parth and Arjun also raised a charity of rupees 7,000 for the treatment of the roots, and they turned out victorious in their endeavour, which gave out a message that says save trees and say no to deforestation. Now the TMC
when I went to there, I was shocked to see that the two kids wanted to save the tree, and I was amazed, they're looking at their enthusiasm and everything. The moment we said it, this is what involved, they're ready to give a pocket money or something. That's what they said it. And then we planned it. I told them this is what the barriers and all the digging will happen. And I already have the prayer case, which I have been successful. Then they got into the swing actually.
So what was happening is the association people, they had come down to cut the tree. So when we saw that, we thought, we need to do something about it, because the kids were really interested in saving the tree. They were telling us that what's going to happen to the birds and all the squirrels and all the insects. So that's when we asked the kids that if you take initiative, you go and ask people to donate, we'll be able to do something, and